Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna share you some software testing interview questions. So the first question is, what is testing? So testing is the process of verifying and validating whether software or application is bug-free and meets the technical requirements as guided by its design and development, and meets the user requirements effectively and efficiently by handling all the exceptions and boundary cases. And the second question will be, what is meant by verification and validation? So verification mainly focus on project documentation, walkthroughs and inspections. Verification checks whether we are building the right software or not. Validation takes place after the verification. Here the actual software is tested by providing different inputs and observing outputs whether it is working according to the customer requirements. So the next question is, can you explain SDLC? SDLC means Software Development Lifecycle. The process of developing the software is called Software Development Lifecycle. So the phases in SDLC are, so the first phase will be the requirement analysis phase. So in this phase, the business analyst will meet the client and gather the requirements. And the next phase will be the defining requirements. In this phase, we'll prepare software requirement specification document, and we call as an SRS document. So it contains what we are implementing in the project lifecycle, and these get approval from the customers, stakeholders and the market analysts. So the next phase will be the designing phase. So in this phase, the designers will design the multiple product architecture based on the SRS document which we prepared earlier. So after the designing phase, the next phase will be the coding phase. So in this phase, the developers will write the code by using programming languages like Java and Python. So after the coding phase, the next phase will be the testing phase. So in this phase, the testers will test the application whether it is working according to the client requirements or not. And here the testers will perform the system testing. So after the system testing and UAT testing, the client will satisfy our product, then we'll go for a release. The next question will be, can you explain about STLC? So the STLC means Software Testing Lifecycle. So in STLC, testing is one of the important phases to deliver the reliable application to the customer. In the same way, STLC describes the way to validate the application based on the client requirements and expectations. So it describes a step-by-step process performed by a separate testing team in order to validate the application. So the phases in STLC are, the first one will be the test initiation, and second one is the test planning, and the third one will be the test case design, and the fourth one will be the test execution, and fifth one is the defect reporting, and sixth one will be the test closure. So the next question will be, what is the difference between defect, bug and failure? So defect means the deviation and the difference between the expected result and the actual result in AUT. AUT means application under test is called a defect. See, I'll explain this with one example. Suppose you are verifying the log functionality of the Gmail login page. So what we have to do is, first we need to enter username and then enter the password. So after entering the password, then click on the submit button. So here what's the expected result? So the expected result will be, whenever we click on the submit button, we should navigate to a Gmail account page, right? But here what happened means, whenever I click on the submit button and I'm not able to log into the Gmail account page, and it shows some error messages like that. So this is the difference. So the expected result will be, we should navigate to our Gmail account page, but the actual result will be, and we are not able to navigate to our Google account page. So this is the difference. So the difference between the expected result and the actual result is called a defect. So bug means when the developers are accepted the defects, those we are sending, and those are called the bugs. Next one is the failure. Failure means the customer will find any errors, then it is called as a failure. So the next question is the how many types of environments we have, and we have 4 types of environments. First one is the dev environment, means the developer environment. So in this environment the developers will write the code and they'll perform the unit testing and integration testing. And second one is the testing environment. So in the testing environment the testers will test the applications and they'll check the application whether it is working according to the client requirements and all. Then they'll perform the system testing and retesting and regression testing. Whatever the testing is required, they'll do all those. And the third one is the UAT environment, means the user acceptance environment. So in this environment the software is tested in the client environment, and they'll check that whether the application is working according to their requirement or not, whether it is acceptable or not. So they'll decide in this environment. And the fourth one will be the production environment. So the production environment means the application is available for the end users and they will release the product. So coming to the next question, how can you measure the quality of software? So in general, software quality depends on the following factors. So the first one is the budget, means how much budget are allocated, how much budget will be allocated to complete this project and all. And second one is the end time release, means how much time it will take to complete the project. And third one is the reliability. And fourth one is the meet the client requirements. The software which we are going to develop will meet the requirements specified by the client. And the fifth one is the user friendly. So next question will be what is the difference between the project and the product? So the project means if a software application is developed for specific customer based on the requirement, then it is called a project. Suppose for example Wipro, Accenture, TCS, and these are all are the project based companies, means they will provide services to the other clients. So these are called the project based companies. So what is mean by product means if a software application is developed for multiple customers based on the market requirement, then it is called the product. Means suppose the product based companies like Amazon, Microsoft, so all these companies have their own product, and they'll work on their products only, and they'll add some new features and functionalities. So they'll work on their own products. So these are called the product based companies. Coming to the next question, what is an error? So errors are done by the developers while writing the code. Means the developers while writing the code, that time the errors will be raised. Coming to the last question, why the software has bugs? So first one is the software complexity. Due to a number of test cases and number of testers, this may lead to miss something. See, one tester will not able to test the entire project, right? So depends upon the project size. We need multiple testers, and also they will write the number of test cases and they'll execute those test cases. So this is one of the reasons the software has the bugs. And second, the reason will be the programming errors. So while the developers writing the code, the programming errors will rise. And then third one is the repeatedly changing the requirements by client. Means suppose if the client changing the requirement, according to those requirements the developers also need to change the code, and the testers also need to write the test cases according to these changes. So this is one of the reasons the software has the bugs. And next one is the lack of skilled testers. And the last one is the communication. So there is no proper communication between the developers and the testers. And this is one of the main reasons the software has the bugs. Thank you for watching this video. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and it will be a great help to make more videos.